Hey guys, good morning and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 6 steps that I use to lose body fat, but we'll do that on the treadmill. Let's go. Before we begin this video, I want to let you know this. If these 6 steps seem strict and absolute to you, they are not. At the end of the day, if you choose to have honey, sugar, milk, a cheat meal here and there, and whatever else you want, as long as you're going to be in a caloric deficit, you will lose weight. When I tell you not to add milk, sugar, honey, and whatever else, that doesn't mean you can't lose weight without them. These are not absolutes. These are guardrails that help me stay focused. When I don't taste sugar, I don't crave it. When I don't crave it, I don't have that inner fight with myself to consume cheat meals and stuff. When I eat homemade food, I know how much fiber is in it. Fiber helps us regulate our blood sugar levels, which in turn helps us not crave sweets. We crave sugar because our blood sugar levels go up and down and up and down as a result of an improper and inadequate diet. Besides this, I feel like it's important to let you know that you should have a plan in place before you watch this video. What do I mean by this? I mean that if you're inexperienced in the fitness industry and you've randomly stumbled upon my YouTube video, be careful not to implement any of this stuff without proper research. My videos are generally aimed at people who know the basics of training and the basics of nutrition. Also, if you have any medical conditions, take medications, or have any metabolic concerns, please speak to a doctor before implementing anything that I say in this video. It is also very important to stress that losing body fat must be done with care for 3 reasons. First of all, we must be careful with pride. We can go into a really low body fat level where we can start becoming proud. Second of all, we have to make sure we're not making other people lust after us. And third of all, we have to be careful not to go into those really low and dangerous body fat levels where our hormones can be affected. I wrote the script on the 17th of February. Clean Monday is very close to us. And one of the steps that I'm going to talk about, step number 5, is fasting. So if you're also going to fast from Clean Monday until April for Great Lent, you must be careful not to simply remove meat and replace it with vegan meat, or cheese and replace it with vegan cheese, because that's only a legal aspect of the fast. The fast must also be a spiritual fast. If we fast for pride, if we become angry, if we prioritize our body and focus on the fact that we'll lose some muscle mass during this Great Lent, if we don't save money and give alms, if we don't repent more and pray more, if we're not a little bit hungry, then this is just a diet. This isn't Great Lent fasting. But as I said, you have to do your research, talk to your spiritual father. He will tell you more about this, if you should do it and how you should do it, alright? With that being said, let's get to the moment you've been waiting for, which are the 6 steps I use to lose body fat. Walking 15,000 steps per day. Protein-based breakfast. Simple black coffee, no sugar, no honey, no milk. No cheat meals, only cooked meals. Fasting 16 hours per day. And lastly, cutting food from your diet. Before we begin, keep in mind this very important thing. Don't do all of them at once. Implement them one by one. I'll try to explain more now. The most important thing is you must have a diet in place. A diet doesn't mean eating once per day or restricting your meals to only one type of ingredient. The word diet comes from Latin and it means a regulated way of life. You must know the daily macronutrients you're supposed to consume. Your food must offer the micronutrients you need, and based on this and your goals, you decide what you want to do. Don't come in here with a diet based on what you feel is right and expect these steps to work. If your diet is based on whatever you want, whenever you want, then these steps are never going to work, because at the end of the day, it's all about caloric control. You must burn more calories than you consume in order to lose body fat, and that is either done through increased activity, which we're trying to do here, or through decreased food portions. If you have no idea about your daily macronutrients, your protein, fats, and carbs, then be careful, because this video might do you more harm than good. Lastly, milk, sugar, honey, cheat meals, and whatever are not bad. I'm just trying to prevent you from searching for them, because it's really hard to let go of them, and once you let go of them, it's really easy to fall back into them. Having said all of that, let's have an in-depth look at the 6 steps I use to lose body fat. First of all is walking. As a beginner, I recommend you start with 5,000 steps per day, and that you have a scale and a measuring tape next to you. You keep doing this 5,000 steps per day until the scale stops moving. You also make sure with the measuring tape to measure your biceps, your chest, your waist, and your thighs. You weigh yourself and you measure yourself 3 times per week. For example, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Always at the same time, either before bathroom or after bathroom, before food for sure, okay? You don't measure and weigh yourself Monday before bathroom, Wednesday after bathroom, Friday before bathroom. You keep consistent. The scale is the total weight of your bones, muscles, fat, water, organs, whatever. It can fluctuate due to hormonal imbalance, stress, increase in muscle mass, decrease in body fat, hence the importance of a measuring tape. The scale cannot be relied upon, so we use the measuring tape to make sure that the centimeters we have, regardless of what the scale says, are different or stagnant, okay? Because if your weight on the scale is 95 kilograms, but if you've actually lost half a centimeter in your arm, chest, waist or thighs, then you don't need to increase your steps. Once the scale and the measuring tape stop giving results and they stagnate, then can you increase your daily step by 1,000 steps per day once per month. So you start in November with 5,000 steps. After 3 weeks, your scale shows the same weight, your measuring tape shows the same numbers. So then you can say, all right, I might be stagnating. Let's put 1,000 steps extra and let's see where this leads. As you can see, I love food. So for me, the goal is to cut as little food as possible from the plate, and walking 5,000, 10,000, 15,000 steps per day is the way to lose weight without cutting food. I love food, and you can surely see that. Steps must be implemented slowly but surely. Start in November with 5,000 and then increase very slowly based on what I just told you, the steps on how to increase the steps, pun intended, and go to 6,000 in December, 7,000 in January, and so on and so forth if the scale stops moving and the measuring tape give the same answers. Once we reach our goals, say 15,000 steps per day, we keep weighing ourselves and measuring ourselves 2 or 3 times per week. We never stop doing that. If we keep losing weight, great, keep at it. If we stop losing weight, then we can implement the second, third, and fourth step together. A protein-based breakfast, black coffee, no cheat meals, and no sweets. When it comes to food, the gates of hunger usually open from the first taste of carbohydrates. After eating carbohydrates, we're usually hungry every 2 hours or so, and the protein-based breakfast can help mitigate that. Regarding black coffee, we continue to remove sugar from our system through this small change. No honey, no sugar, no milk, nothing, just the black coffee. Small change, but over a month, big change. Not only that, but black coffee can actually counter the hunger if it's drunk as a black coffee with no sweets in it, like honey, milk, and whatever. So it's actually really productive to start your day with a protein-based breakfast. But when you're starting to get a little bit hungry, you just drink some black coffee. Boom. Lastly, we have cheat meals and sweets. There are empty calories, you don't need them. And cheat meals and sweets are not only what you eat, but also what you drink. Honey in your tea, 0-calorie drinks, 0 sugar drinks, all of these can trigger hunger. So it's not necessarily that you're going to get calories in your system through drinking stuff, it's that you're going to create hunger in your body because these type of drinks make you hungry. So we're trying to avoid that. As a general rule, if you drink anything other than water, black coffee, and simple tea, unsweetened or unflavored, just the leaves, then you're breaking the rule. Now let's go to step 5, fasting. All of the 4 steps that we just implemented will put our body under stress. So not only are we going to burn a lot of calories from doing 5, 10, or 15,000 steps per day, but we'll also lose body fat because we don't have sugar, honey, milk, and whatever, empty calories basically, in our black coffee. Besides that, we also don't have cheat meals anymore. Food and drinks together. So not only do we have less calories, but we're probably not going to be hungry anymore because we know that even 0-calorie drinks make us hungry. Combined with a protein-dominant breakfast, when hunger hits, especially on gym days, we implement this 5th step. Instead of having our meals in 10 hours, we'll try to have them in 8 hours and fast the remaining 16 hours. This is easy if you have your breakfast at 9 and your dinner at 5. You fast most of the hours during sleep, so it's only a short amount of time at the end of the day where you have to fight the hunger, which will subside eventually, don't worry. Lastly, we've come to the point we all dread, removing food from our plates. If you have implemented all the previous steps correctly, you have probably lost a great deal of weight, given that you had a good diet to start with. If you want to lose even more body fat, and if you have your doctor's blessing, so to speak, you may continue and cut 100 kilocalories from your carbohydrates. Notice how I didn't say the dreaded phrase, per week. Personally, I don't cut more than 100 calories, and for sure I don't cut 100 calories per week. Now I know I might not look like it, but I actually have a strict diet. And after I finished implementing the 5 steps, after which I always weigh myself and measure myself, then can I start thinking about cutting calories from food. Once I get to a point where the previous 5 steps aren't taking me to a lower body fat, after I've weighed myself and measured myself for at least 2 weeks, then maybe it's time to start cutting food from my plate. I'm mentioning this again because I want you to truly understand that remove 100 calories per week is such a stupid rule. It's a robot rule. You're not a robot. You're measuring yourself, you're weighing yourself, the scale keeps going down, the scale stops, but the measuring tape keeps saying that you're losing centimeters. You keep going. You get to that point where for a week, both the scale and the measuring tape aren't going down. Go another half a week. Maybe you're having some hormonal changes. A week and a half go by, you're not losing weight, but you want to go a little bit lower in body fat. Maybe then you can cut 100 kilocalories from your carbohydrates only. But you don't do this every week because it's a stupid rule. As long as you're losing body fat, and as long as the measuring tape says that you're losing centimeters, what's the point? You're just making yourself hungry and destroying your metabolism. Just keep going like it. 15,000 steps per day, protein breakfast, black coffee, no sugars, no cheat meals, fasting, and then cutting 100 calories from your food, from the carbohydrates, only once. See what happens. Keep going. A final guardrail from a spiritual point of view, try not to go under 20% body fat. Try to be healthy, don't fall into pride. Try to be healthy, don't try to make other lust. With that being said, this is the plan that I'm implementing every year when it's time to cut. My heart is in the right place, I hope. I train hard to be able to be strong in order to help my community, and I lose body fat in order to be healthy. Long gone are the days where I'm trying to look perfect just because. With that being said, this is the end of the video, guys. I'd like to thank you very much for watching this video. I'm here for you if you have any questions about diet, spirituality. I would actually prefer to refer it to your spiritual father. He knows better. I'm just a student of life. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for watching this video. Good luck during Great Lent, and God bless you. Cheers.